You're not that hairy. Look.
I'm really hairy.
No.
Look at all my hair.
No. I'm just walking along and thinking about the sunshine and this part of the springtime, and we were saying that...
Is it the hope of spring?
The hope of spring.
Yeah.
And it is. It's like everything's coming alive again. And that's kind of how I feel like we're just having a wee chat there about all the different things we want to do this year and going forward.
I know. Do you know what I like?
What do you like?
I like the idea of walking and talking. Somebody, a wise person, once said that if you walk, then it makes you think clearer. And this is what our walking is about. Look around us.
I know. Gorgeous.
I know. The hope of spring, darling.
The hope of spring. Welcome back to the vlog. I'm getting into the habit of vlogging again. I've been trying to remember to do it. This week coming, we're kind of based at home this week, which is lovely. We've got some things to do around here. A lot of it's sort of desk based, which is a bit boring to film, to be honest, but I thought I'd let you know what the things are we're working on. So for Fossoway, which is our outdoor woodland based children's nursery, I'm setting up lots of interviews. We're recruiting there. So I have to contact a lot of the candidates. Chris has shortlisted them down, and we'll hopefully arrange to meet them next week. So that's one of the first main things I need to do. Where then I think I mentioned, I don't know if I did mention on here actually, but I certainly did in Karen's Corner, which is a monthly blog that I write for Fossoway Stables, launching a podcast. It's called The Sieve. It's all about our core values, the core values we all use for our lives and our businesses. And they kind of act, for me anyway, they act as a kind of sieve that we put all decision making through, all ideas. Therefore, the podcast itself is called The Sieve. So I need to finalise the artwork for that. And I need to start contacting guests, which I've kind of put off as long as I possibly could. It's that kind of nervous thing of going out into the world with a new thing and asking people to get involved. So I've got a list of people I would love to include. So I will be going to see them. Hello, Mango. Do you want to be on the look? This is Mango. We got her and her sister Marshmallow a couple of months ago. So they have taken over the house. Other thing we need to start working on is the reopening of the potting shed. So if you follow us on social media, you will have seen last summer we opened the potting shed as a farm shop or a farm stand and a cafe. We are looking to reopen that now this springtime. It's all outdoors, so it didn't make sense to have it open all winter. We're looking to reopen that really soon, so it's just planning when and how we do that. So that's on the agenda this week. We have Jess arriving. So if you watched last week's vlog, you will have seen that we went to try a new horse. This horse we do know, she used to be a livery here, and we went to try her last week. The girls really enjoyed that, so she is going to be arriving. And what else are we doing? So with John and our little promotions company, Everything and Nothing, we are working on his fiddle camp for the summer, and we are working on his tour for September, so just finalising contracts and things like that. So quite a lot of desk-based stuff, which isn't so fun to film or to watch, but I will endeavour to find some visual stuff for you to go along with those tasks for the week. What do we want to do with this space?
I don't know. I want to build a studio.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, I used to live in the Borders. I had a studio there. And it became a creative space. It was somewhere I loved being. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to do. I take back my, I don't know, answer. Somewhere you love to go.
Okay.
And even though it's just right beside the house, somewhere that you smile when you're walking towards it, because I'd love to do a podcast. I'd love to make more music for TV and film.
Yeah.
But just a space that I've got this idea when I listen to records where sometimes it feels like you can tell when the people are having a nice time.
Okay.
And I think that's sometimes I produce records. I think one of the best things you can do as a producer is that you create an atmosphere where people really want to play music.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same for anything. It's like you here with the horses, you create a safe place for the horses to be in. There's a potential that you'll end up with very happy horses or happy musicians. So that's what I'd love us to do here, is create a space that people love to be in. And I think that opens the door for so many brilliant things to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you can see over here, there's a piano, quite an expensive piano sat in a wheelbarrow. I don't think that's going to work out. You know, a musician, just take a seat there on top of the amplifier and just play something. But
what about the treadmill though? The treadmill will be useful.
Well, it's good to stay healthy and get your exercise and get your steps in just before making a record. As you can see, the space isn't quite finished. But so in any studio, it's very live just now. I've had this problem before where you have to control the space so that therefore when you record violin or any instrument, then you're in control of how you want it to sound. If it's too lively, you can't take that away. You can add stuff in, but you can't take that away. So we've got this thing. This might be boring for people, but it's a thing called melamine foam, and we stick that on the wall, and there's treated foam that will deaden the sound so that we create a space that you can be in control of the sound. And solid clay, you can make it the way you want it to be. That's one of the first things we'll do. When I look around, obviously there's lots of mess, lots of stuff that needs putting in a place, but I see potential for great things. I really do. It's a brilliant size of a space. Like the engineer would sit over there, or I'd sit over there working. Imagine this full of our friends, Eddie Reader, Phil Cunningham, people making music in here, and filling the walls full of music. That's what I see when I look at this. So what will be, I think, a really lovely thing is doing another one of these vlogs in 2 months' time and showing people, okay, look at what we've done. So yeah, it's exciting, really exciting. Did you just eye roll me?
I did, yeah.
Like an actual eye roll?
Yeah, it's on the vlog.
Oh.
Clips of how it's being made.
What are you up to?
I'm making hash browns.
Why are you not buying them?
We don't buy anything anymore because we don't do ultra processed foods. Trying to use actual ingredients in our cooking so that we're not putting all the chemicals in our body. And actually, we discovered this by mistake, didn't we, when we tried to make our own hash browns? So much tastier as well. So we've not made them in a while, so I'm going to make them today.
Perfect.
So we've got potatoes, 2 potatoes, big onion. What else do I normally put in? Salt and pepper. Oh, coriander leaves. Put that in there too. I know, an egg.
Okay.
And then we put them into little patties and fry them up. They're really yum.
It's very fun because we get to do it together,
Yeah.
and like help each other with it, and
It'll be like Pony.
Yeah, Pony Club 2.0.
So we've had a funny start to our Saturday afternoon. We were bringing the horses in for the girls to ride Jess, and little Bertie unfortunately started chasing Jess and got a kick to the face. Now has a bit of a wound. I know, darling. And some swelling on his face, and poor wee thing is looking a bit rough. So we're waiting on the vet to get here. So not quite what we planned this Saturday afternoon. Sore, darling. Hey, man. You go after him, Jasper. So while we wait for the vets, I thought I'd tell you a wee bit about the potting shed. The potting shed here at Fossoway Stables is our little farm stand, and last September we opened it as a little cafe as well, just doing teas and coffees and pastries and things, and it was a huge success. People loved it. We closed it for the winter because it's all outdoors, and we're getting ready to reopen. So it's a lovely wee part of coming from the market garden, creating produce and selling it to the local community. It's also good for our lodge guests as well to have somewhere where they can come and buy some, veg or our soup sacks, grab a sourdough, that kind of thing. And it was really lovely. What I loved about it was it pulled the community together, and we got wee regulars coming. Every Thursday there was a group of ladies that came and met on a Thursday and had a chat about their lives, and one of them was dating and all sorts of stuff, and I absolutely loved that. Really looking forward to reopening very soon. We are going to reopen in a slightly different terms, however, though. We were going to put a pause on the cafe side of things. We will offer complimentary teas and coffees and somewhere to sit. Staffing it is a little bit of an issue. We've got loads going on in the nursery and elsewhere on site. Trying to be here and have the opening hours that we want is kind of difficult. So we're kind of in shutdown for winter at the moment. So we've taken all the tables and chairs inside the barn to be treated, and everything's kind of locked up for the winter. But we're just going to make a start at getting this all ready again. We're going to put a wee play area in this space here, and the tables and chairs down here as we had last year. The wee potting shed itself will be set up with a little honesty system and have all our teas and coffees and home baking and pastries and stuff all set out in here. We've got a little honesty box there, and we can also take card payments as well. So that's us. Okay, we're back in the car. So Bertie's doing okay. We're going to have to look out for a few different things. There's definitely a fracture on his face. A little bit concerned about his eye, and also need to keep a wee eye on how he's doing, how he's functioning mentally as well, to make sure. He's probably concussed, or almost certainly concussed, but we want to make sure that there's no bleed on the brain, which is making him struggle to function. So lots to be watching out for. The vet was able to give me painkillers and some ointment for his eye, but we have to pick up some antibiotics. So we're heading down to the surgery just now to pick that up. We're really, really lucky to have Lochleven equine practice literally 5 minutes from the yard, which means that when we call out the vets, they come really quickly. If we need to go take the horses into the surgery, it's literally just there. But it also means I can nip down like this. They've got a drop box feature outside, so it's a Saturday, the clinic's actually shut. She's put those antibiotics in the drop box for me. So I'm away to pick them up just now so that he can get that in his feed tonight. Hee. She's our oldest chicken. She's the grand dam. Gorgeous. Good morning. We're now on Sunday. It's been an early start this morning. I went out and checked on the ponies. Bertie's looking a wee bit better this morning. His eye's still very swollen, but he is very much himself, keen to eat. And we got him back out in the field, not with Jess. They're now separate. But Callan's playing football this morning, so we are down. Wait till you see the parking space I got, which is brilliant. I've literally got parked on pitch side. So that's wonderful news. It means I can sit in the car and watch the football rather than freeze on the side of the pitch because it's gotten cold again. So I'm doing that for the next hour, and then I will head back, and I've got quite a to-do list to get through today. John's got the last date of their UK tour today. He gets 2 days off and then he's got to go to Denmark for a fortnight for the Denmark leg of the tour. So yeah, I've got some bits and bobs to catch up with him. How did the game go?
Yeah, it went good. It was 12-3 to us, yeah.
Perfect. I loved your goal, Callan.
Yeah. There was a lot of goals in that game.
I know.
Yeah.
That was good. What are you going to do now?
I don't know. Well, I'm going golfing.
You're going to have a shower, bath,
Yeah.
and then go golfing this afternoon?
Yeah.
Good. So as is so often the case here, the week doesn't quite go to plan, and that little incident with Bertie was a bit scary. I think he's doing really well though, so he's still quite swollen but really good in himself, and that's a really good sign. So yeah, other than that, we did get quite a lot done this week, which is great. Next week we have quite a lot more on. So John goes away to Denmark on tour. Myself and Callan are taking a wee trip to Belfast, a conference about a tourism conference, and just general, all the usual bits as well. So all the general admin and life stuff and juggling kids things and all the sorts of stuff. But lots going on, so please do come back then. Thanks again for watching, really appreciate it.